The compound is where medium and minimum security prisoners live at the Grand Valley Institution for Women. In cottages, special housing units, or wherever else they can find room. The prison holds more than 150 women in these areas, many more prisoners than planned for when GVI opened 16 years ago. CTV's Abigail Beeman joins us now. And Abigail, these cottages are a far cry from the maximum security unit that we saw last night.
Megan, they are much more cosmetically appealing than the bars, cells, and shackles we discussed yesterday. And they were built with a rehabilitative plan in mind. But because of the current overcrowding, those who have been inside say there aren't many problems. Flowers, benches, homes. Doesn't look like prison. This footage of the general compound is 9 years old. The last time the Correctional Service of Canada let a CTV camera inside Grand Valley for basic footage. But beyond these doors, we're told up to 12 women now live inside.
Women who are living in a very small area and they didn't choose to live together. I mean, obviously you start getting fights and problems.
Today, construction of new units is ongoing to deal with the tight quarters. Inmates spend their days at work in programs meant to rehabilitate, learning skills in a hair salon, for example, or helping other inmates upgrade their education.
I worked as a tutor for for the elementary school level, so basically anything under high school.
Or at Corcan, the on-site factory where women make linens and textiles. For this, they make a maximum of $6.90 a day, used for phone time, food, and stamps. Is the experience rehabilitating inmates?
If someone from a neighboring living unit or quote-unquote cottage doesn't have enough flour and you give them a cup of flour, you get thrown in the hole or into segregation.
Petey served time at GVI for murder. We can't identify her because she and her sister were convicted of drugging and drowning their mother as teenagers. Now she's out and says rules such as no sharing didn't help along the way. But according to Petey, the biggest problem at Grand Valley is a lack of oversight.
Canadians are told that there is a complaint process in the prison, so if anything happens, you can just fill out a form. It's bogus because the women are punished for filing grievances.
Petey says she filed a grievance against a guard.
She just said that I needed to get my Indian out of here.
But she says the guard sent to deal with the grievance was the same guard who swore at her.
I've experienced different ranges of oversight over the years and changes over the years.
Changes for the better?
Nowadays, yes.
Amy Ryer knows a lot about what happens at GVI. She chairs the board of the local Elizabeth Fry Society and has spent years as a duty counsel at the prison, representing women charged with internal offenses.
You're very much subject to red tape, guards' discretion.
CTV News spent more than a month trying to get access to this prison. The warden declined our requests. We took the matter to Public Safety Minister Vic Taves. We were told it's not up to him. If we have a problem, we should take it up with the warden. But she's the very person who won't let you see how your $30 million are being spent. There were 170 complaints filed at Grand Valley, according to the 2011-2012 Correctional Investigators Report. That's more than 4 times as many as the institution closest in size in Edmonton. And even in medium and minimum security, some inmates need serious help.
My cellmate slashed at about 1 in the morning, and then I was woken up and taken out of the cell, and the whole cell was sealed for investigation.
Petey says she spoke to a psychologist for 5 minutes when her cellmate cut herself and was told to get over it. She says physical self-harm isn't rare.
Because you can use anything as simple as a screw that you find in a bathroom stall if you're determined.
Addiction to overprescribed drugs meant to sedate is even more common.
They've learned to just be dependent on these medications that they can't afford once they're out.
And then there is what's not prescribed.
Many of the drugs or contraband is smuggled in either by the guards or by workers.
Access to drugs creating another avenue for trouble. There is absolutely no question working as a guard at GVI can be an extremely challenging job. We contacted the Guards Union, told them the scope of this project, and asked for as many voices as possible to help tell the guard side of this story. We wanted to do a full piece on their experiences, but the union did not want to participate.
Abigail, you mentioned construction is underway. What's next for housing there?
Well, Megan, 4 new units were finished in November for women with significant cognitive or mental health issues. But right now, a new 40-bed, $11 million unit is being built. It is beyond the fence. That means it's still on GVI property, but it's outside the current security fence. It's for minimum security inmates only, and it will open next year. Megan.
Thanks, Abigail. Overseas now, where the North Korean army is